This is Leena, and I welcome you to my channel. Thank you for your support. For any details regarding personal bookings, you can refer to the description box of the video. I was inspired to do this reading, and the phrase that I channeled for this reading is your inner child needs this message right now. While meditating on your energy, I channeled the number 118, 118. Um, so 11th of August could be significant, or the 8th of November could be significant, or this number could hold some significance for you. I also got the vision of a giraffe. Giraffe always reminds me of like having a bigger picture perspective in a situation, like zoom out and look at the bigger picture. And I also channeled this scene, particularly from Harry Potter, where Harry is training himself, like he's training with Professor Lupin to learn the Patronus charm. And the memory that he particularly uses is of him like smiling with his father or something like that, a memory with his father, which actually never happened in real life, but it was merely like a dream memory sort of thing. It never actually happened because, of course, uh, his parents were like they were gone, they were died when he was just born. Okay, he was a baby. So in reality, that never happened, but it was still like a almost like a very real life memory. It was so powerful that it helped him to fuel that particular Patronus charm. Okay, so I don't know why, but I do have a feeling of like when you look at a memory from a distance, when I'm connecting these two messages and the visions that I got, looking at a particular memory or something from a distance is going to allow you to use it as a fuel, as something that can help you to make a power move right now. That's the kind of feeling I channeled. I'm also seeing a lot of yellow flowers in my vision, so yellow flowers could be a significant sign. I'm also channeling the sign of Libra very specifically. I was about to say lime for some reason. I don't know why. Lime could be another confirmation sign. Okay. Let's. This looks like big bunny ears. Which is giving me a feeling of like listen more and speak less. For some reason, like when I'm looking at this, like these are big bunny ears that I can see. It's giving me a feeling of like listen more and speak less. Okay. Alphabet F. Wow. I see the alphabet B right away. Hmm. I see a turkey, and I do see a person here, like, when you're about to jump off from the cliff, like person making a dive from the top of the cliff. That's the kind of feeling I have. These two things that I can see definitely. I'm getting this feeling of like turkey always reminds me of course, Thanksgiving, being grateful for things, being grateful for whatever you have, in whatever sense. And when I'm looking at this person who is making a dive, like he's literally in the middle of the dive, that's the vision I get. It's giving me this feeling of like, any which ways, probably you have nothing to lose. For some reason, that's how I channel this message. Anything you gain in this life, you achieve in this life is obviously a bonus because you came onto this planet with nothing, bare hands, right? So whatever you add onto it, no matter how small it looks on the outside, it's still a bonus, it's still a profit, right? Because you came here empty handed and you're anyways going to go empty handed. So anything on the top of that, no matter how small it looks on the outside, is a bonus, is a profit. It's never a loss. All right. Some profits could look smaller, some could look bigger, and so on and so forth. So there's nothing really to lose. All right. And let me see, what is this about? I'm getting the number 27. I'm also seeing a white pigeon in my vision. White birds or white pigeon in specific is going to be a significant confirmation sign. Look out for birds. Birds are going to be your significant sign, I feel. Um, um, you know, for some reason this is coming into my mind. Once on a reel or something, I saw this video where it was like, white cats are usually, I think it was cats, I don't remember because it's been a while. White cats are actually bullied in the cat kingdom or something like that. I watched a video like that, okay? Um, so I don't know why that came into my mind. It's giving me a feeling of like sometimes your distinct feature, your distinct appearance, ability, skill, whatever you want to put on that, um, yeah, it might feel like the thing that is being always targeted on, but that's actually the thing that really makes you stand out and is your superpower, right? Just a reminder there. I keep getting this feeling of like, something that happened to you in the past, of course, because I'm doing this reading with the phrase that I channeled, your inner child needs this message. So, whatever this distinct memory you have of a particular thing that happened to you, maybe you were not shown support or emotional support or financial support from someone when you were very young, or some sort of absence of a parent figure from your life, or anything on those lines, is also something that's gonna be that particular strong emotion that you have inside of you is actually a portal to achieving something bigger in life, and turning it into the other side. That's the kind of feeling I do get on this. Okay, like your strongest memory of something that seems like a bully, a pain episode, or something on those lines, it's literally gonna be your portal that becomes, or that ends up becoming, the ultimate success story, the ultimate getting to the other side. Because it's also reminding me of the temperance card in the tarot. Temperance card in the tarot is like the alchemizing, it's alchemy, where you are converting one emotion into other. It's like literally alchemizing, having patience while this alchemizing process happens, right? um, I'm also seeing a kangaroo here. Kangaroo gives, like, they keep hopping on from, like they hop, right? It's also giving me a feeling sometimes only thing you have to do is stop and observe. Maybe you don't need a solution, maybe you don't need another therapist, maybe you don't need another how to fix this emotion video, or maybe you don't need another hack, maybe you don't need another blueprint, maybe you definitely don't need another 30 minutes or 10 minutes or 5 minutes video on how to work on my trauma. All right, maybe you don't need another video. Stop doing that. Why don't you pause and look at yourself? Pause My life in a way started becoming, I started getting a little different results, and I started understanding why I was doing certain things in the first place. When I started becoming the observer of what exactly I'm doing, and it's in a way very simple to start doing it. I'll tell you how you do it. Whenever you do something in life, do it slowly. It's like you almost become an observer of that particular activity when you're doing it. When you're talking to someone, when you're responding in anger, when you are, when you are in a particular emotion, you're responding a certain way. You could be overeating, you could be consuming something over the limits. The moment you slow down the pace, you automatically become, or you start getting aligned to this term which is used, observer consciousness. Okay, so it's almost like, I think now I'm connecting this message with the giraffe vision that I got in the starting of your video. um, you almost become an observer of what exactly is happening in your life, or why you keep repeating patterns, or why you keep feeling stuck, or why you feel a certain way every 15 days. It happens, right? You're okay for the 10 days in the month, 15 days, 20 days, you're fine. Or you're fine one month, the other month it's very shitty. I'm getting this feeling like all you need is to pause and just observe what's exactly happening. Okay, there's a term called observer consciousness. Of course, if you want to like go deeper into this topic, you can of course read about it, watch content on this on YouTube. But it's merely a term that's used where you slow yourself down in life, okay? Just to observe your patterns, just to observe your habits, just to observe what you're doing and why exactly you're doing in the first place. Sometimes that question, when it arises, why even I'm doing this in the first place? The moment you arise with that question arises, you almost like understand, okay, I don't need to do this anymore. I remember I read this in a book. Maybe I might have mentioned this in one of my videos while doing readings as well. I don't remember exactly. I read this in a book. This guy, I think he was a writer himself. Anyways, let's get into the crux of the story. This guy, he was a chain smoker, all right, and he read this book or something somewhere, or something published in his local newspaper or something somewhere like that, that there were people who were traveling by the ship or something on those lines, and they get stuck in a place, in an island or somewhere. And these people were like, they were smokers, okay? And when they were stuck and they ran out of their stock of cigarettes, they literally started, cutting ropes from their ship, whatever ropes were available to them. They started literally burning those ropes and smoking those ropes. Like they became so desperate, they needed something to smoke. They started smoking those pieces of ropes from the ship. When he read this, it kind of gave him a perspective. And, he thought to himself, he spoke to himself in his mind that, wow, I know I have been a chain smoker for so many years, but you know what, today, and I have tried my best to quit it so many times. But you know what, today I think I will take this a particular oath in my mind. Then I'm going to pick up the next cigarette in my life only when I get to the extent of being so desperate that if I don't find a cigarette, I'm going to smoke a rope. Only in that particular moment, I'm going to pick the next cigarette in my life, and then only I'll smoke. So let me see how far I can go. And he just takes this thought, like he gets this thought in his mind and he affirms this in his mind. And that was the last day he ever smoked in his life. He never ever picked up another cigarette. Okay, because in a way he almost became an observer of his own habit. When he would mindlessly, the moment something happens, he'll just grab onto that particular cigarette mindlessly and start smoking it. But the moment He almost came into this observer consciousness of, wow, I was being desperate. So, it's almost like it brings in a change from within. So, yeah, interesting. I see hang on, I don't know if this will focus, but I see a scorpion here. Scorpion always reminds me of like mysterious transformation, something that doesn't look very obvious on the outside. Say, for example, if someone is losing weight, they're going to the gym. It's kind of a little bit obvious transformation, right? You can slowly see that person losing weight, getting in shape, loose clothes, things like that, right? But when I look at this symbolism that I'm seeing here at the bottom of the cup, it's giving me a feeling of like mysterious transformation, something that is not obviously visible on the outside, something which is not very obviously that can be picked up by others, but definitely that's changing inside of you. Let's see. I'm getting the alphabet L, number 3. This looks like a frog, this one. Okay, let's we'll take some cards and we'll see. Okay. Um okay, I'll start with this one. Let's give it a go. I'm also getting this message like sometimes you forget how far you have come and how much you have already established. Sometimes we need to remind ourselves that even if in the moment you don't feel like it, you need to go back and look at, say for example, go back, look at your pictures 2 years before, or maybe if something about your business is bothering you, work is bothering you, go back and look at some sort of achievement or an email or something that happened to you like 1 year ago, 2 years ago, things like that. I remember when I was in the last job I was in, my boss, he was a sweet human. I never have met any person like that in my whole corporate career. He is one of the most sweetest person I ever came across in my whole corporate career. Um, my boss would tell me, like sometimes it used to happen where due to extreme deadlines and pressure or something, month end and all of that jazz, sometimes it used to happen I'll make a mistake and I'll become so anxious about it and I'll be like, oh my god, boss, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do it, and blah blah blah. He could literally read it on my face, I'm so like feeling effed up and all of that jazz. And you know what he would do? He would literally take me back into the moment where he'll be like, Leena, I know you got this. You remember how you did it last month, and you literally go. And I was a good performing employee, but we all have our fuck ups. So he would literally take me back in the moment and he'll be like, Lena, do you remember last month how you did it? And you, in fact, got a bonus for it. You remember that? And do you remember how Scott was so happy? He used to do that to me. And the moment he would do that, I would automatically feel so much better. And I would be like, boss, you're so good. I mean, I will not let you down. I mean, thank you for, mentioning that. So this is something I am channeling, all right? Oh my God, I just noticed, and I don't know why I feel like mentioning this. Do you see this? I hope this will be covered in the camera. I didn't realize the ring light here is almost making like a portal, and this cat is almost like trying to reach out to that thing. It's not a coincidence. I feel my eyes just went onto this, and it almost gave me a feeling like she is almost like she has touched upon the portal she's about to walk into. but probably she's not even aware what she's doing. Anyways, let's see. The lovers. It's like you have almost uh, done that much of digging that you're very close to the diamond or the gold, what you're looking for, the treasure. You're very close, like any moment, and but still feels like so far because you haven't even started getting a sight of it. Something on those lines. Yep, the Empress. Wow. I actually love that this is I'm getting this quote in my mind. The dawn of victory is the, or something like that, like the dawn of victory, or the last dawn of dark night of the soul, or something like that, is the darkest. Oh my god, I forgot. I effed this quote up, but there is something like that. Maybe you can Google, like the last dawn or the dawn of victory is actually the darkest, or something like that. So chariot. What is this? Let's go with this. Oh, you're almost getting like impatient. Because Knight of Wands is the energy of like getting a little impatient, you know? It's like you want to react, you want to shout, you want to like cuss out loud. This is the kind of feeling I got when I'm looking at this card. Like, you know what? I want to cuss out loud. I want to like literally yeah, I'm getting this feeling. Oh, okay, let's go with this. Oh, actually beautiful. The Knight of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Magician. It's almost like, man, I'm not lying. Look at this. Towards, like, here he has the cup, and here he has the pentacle. It's taking me back to the message that I gave you, that that one particular memory that fuels your dream, that one particular big painful moment is going to turn out to be the fuel to the greatest moment of your life, the next greatest moment of your life, or the next big achievement of your life. 11:33 is the time, as I say that. 11:33 could be significant. I love the energy of like how this was the Knight of Wands, then you have the Magician, and now it's the King of Wands, like transmuting this energy into the King of Wands. It's also giving me a feeling like, even if you, like when I'm looking at this Knight of Wands, like you'll be able to like handle this. When I'm looking at this Knight of Wands, it's giving me a feeling of like, um, we sometimes see those memes where someone is like literally losing their shit, and the next moment they're like back into character. It's for some reason reminding me of Jim Carrey. I don't know. That could be a significant confirmation. Let's see. Like acting all sorts of crazy, but whoop, the next moment you know what to do. Next moment it's like, yeah, I am aware what power move I have to make. Wow, what? Um, all right. Okay, you have the death. I keep seeing this energy of the Nine of Wands. I saw it. Sorry, what? I saw it when I did the first shuffle. I know this is again here. This is the energy of becoming defensive, and it's almost like, oh my god, that meme of that cat. You know, when she's hissing, and this guy literally puts something in the cat's mouth, and she's almost shocked. She's like, oh my god, what happened? She calms down. So it's giving me the energy of like, you know, Like one moment this, the other moment it's a complete transformed you. um People around you might even look like, What's wrong? Like, what happened?" One moment this person was snapping out of character, and oh, okay, what's up? But it's almost like a switch. It's almost like this switch that kind of flips inside your brain, not in a bad way, but this is like giving me like, even if you're snapping out of character, it's literally like this. You remember, oh, wait, what am I doing? Like that's the kind of feeling I get. Wow. Anything else, spirits? You got this. I keep hearing this. You got this. Okay. Seven of Wands, Queen of Swords. Yeah, Queen of Swords. Hang on. Wait. I need to make some space here. I'm very strongly channeling like Libra again. Fire sign energy could be significant. Seven of Wands could be. Hierophant. Why the Hierophant? Let me see. Okay. Hermit. Hermit. Okay, I'm gonna say something. She or this particular, what is this exactly? This is whatever creature this is. I think this is a llama or something. Anyways, they're wearing the key here and here. She literally has key right here, but she's still looking at the lock. She's like, what do I do about this? Now, when I'm looking at these two cards, it's also giving me a feeling like something is right in front of you, like a strategy, like a way of doing something is literally right in front of you. But you're still like, what should I do? For some of you, I don't know why, but I do get this feeling like, take a good look around. Take a good look around. Maybe someone is doing something and it can end up like an inspiration to you. Like, say, for example, you know, sometimes universe has like funny ways of showing us how to do different things in life, and we don't pay attention. We are so stuck with our own ways. Like, no, I know this is something. It's okay, listen, it's good to be authentic. I'm not saying you have to pretend and become a fake person. Authenticity is cool. It's your absolute fashion statement. But what I'm trying to say is, like, say for example, I'm going to give you an example. Those people who are old in age, some of these people, see, they come from a very older generation, of course. So in order to talk to like the younger people, sometimes they will have to adopt to some sort of like terminology. You might come across, old, like grandpa, grandma. When they talk, they sound very cool, but they're actually giving a very good advice from their experience, right? They might on the outside use terms that the Gen Z uses, or that is very famous on the Instagram or XYZ. But at the end of the day, they're giving you some older wisdom. Like, say for example, okay, that was the only example that popped into my head right now. I think that's the best way I could have explained this. But for some reason, I'm getting this feeling like, yes, do your thing, something that's very authentic to your path, your knowledge, your understanding, your values. But at the same time, also take a good look how you can still be relevant, or how you can still be someone that is picked up in the crowd. Okay, I mean, I hope that's clear. Let's take, I'll take another one or two cards and then we can see the oracle message. Yeah. See, Seven of Cups. Take a good look around. I keep getting this message, like, take a good look around. Maybe you can pick up on something and it can help you to like fuel your journey right now. All right, something someone is doing literally like next door, a friend or a competitor even in your business or your work. Like, just take a good look. Maybe, okay, you can get some idea. I'm not saying you have to copy something, but sometimes it's just like something that gives you a push in your own way of doing things, right? Page of Wands is the energy of like being very excited, curious, happy about doing something. This is the energy of like, um, how do I say? Of course, like very childlike, very no care in the world kind of thing. So this is giving me a feeling of like, of course, do keep your knowledge intact. Like, of course, your wisdom is important. This is an important part of you that you have gained over the years, or with your experiences, with your bottom, what is that called, rock bottom moments. Of course, this is a part of you and very important part of you. But at the same time, the approach maybe in which that you put it out there has to be more lighthearted. Don't forget the lessons. The seriousness is supposed to be there, something that you've already learned. But why not put it out in a way that's more fun to grasp, or that is more easily graspable in a way? The way you just present it could be like, as I gave you that grandpa grandma example, right? So this is something I'm channeling. So anyways, let's get on to the oracle. I'll just take a card from here. Oh, oh my god, yep. See, you have the box. Okay, you have the box. But when I'm looking at this card, it's also giving me a feeling of like, sometimes you might feel limited because of something. You might feel you're inside the box, but there is still room to be creative inside the box as well. Oh my god, as I say that, it's 333 that I see in my storage space on the device. 333. I'll take one more card. I'm guided to. Oh my god, that's too many. I'll take this. Wow. This is reminding me to that message of, I gave you that message with the cat and the ring that I can see, almost reaching out the medallion. Now I'll tell you something. The bardo, if I'm not wrong, I have read this about this particular term bardo. It's followed in Buddhism, if I'm not wrong, where when a person is about to die, like when they are on their deathbed, the people around them, they remind him again and again that you are getting one with some sort of consciousness. You know what, you're leaving your body, this, that. They almost like are making the person who is on the deathbed, they're allowing that person to have a very conscious death. That's the kind of thing. Okay, maybe you want to read in details, you can Google about it. But as far as I remember, that's what bardo is called. Now when I'm looking at these two cards, it's also giving me a feeling of like constantly reminding yourself that you have already done so many things. You have already achieved so many things. Constantly taking yourself back to places where you have already achieved something bigger when you thought you could not. And at the same time, also reminding yourself right now you might face a limitation because of something. Say, for example, resources. You don't have the required X amount of money, or your movement is restricted because of something. But again, at the same time, this is also telling you that inside this box as well, you still can do something creative. All right. 11:44 on the clock as I say that. So that's going to be your reading, my dear people. And I'm going to see you again. Please take care. Bye bye.